The narrative around the U.S. Civil War has largely been controlled by the people who lost it. The losing side of a civil war usually ends up being hung at the gallows or on the wrong end of a firing squad. But the U.S. Civil War ended very strangely. Everybody just sort of went home. The Civil War was about a lot of things, but mostly it was about slavery. Countless historical documents bear this out. Now, America was still a very racist country in 1865. Yep, this guy too. But Abraham Lincoln did eventually back a lot of important legislation, including the 13th Amendment and the Freedmen's Bill. But his main goal was to keep the Union together, so he also pardoned a ton of Confederates, the soldiers who fought for the South. When the Civil War ended, there were no tribunals, no exiles, no executions. There was no real reckoning or punishment around the sedition that had just taken place. General Grant negotiated a deal where all the former Confederate soldiers and officers could simply pack up their bags and go back to their families. This left the door wide open for a whole propaganda campaign waged by white Southerners that came to be known as the Lost Cause, that would last for decades and whose effects are still being felt to this day. Stay tuned for part 2.